All right. And now, I hope all of you have this. Let me know that yes, I have it. Yes, yes, yes in the chat box will allow me to go further, and I'll give you the next prompt. All right. So this, here you go, is the next prompt. Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Leave that. I have made one for this workshop. Okay, use this second one. And I'm going to give you Alka was a sample that I made looking at a school principal, and I'm going to give you this. Okay. So I've used GPT to make this sample manifesto, which you could now So I'm giving you Alka's life manifesto now. Just give me a moment. Why am I not able to paste this? Okay, 1 second. Let me make a doc. Disha, you're not audible. Can you quickly copy the Alkas and make a doc? I'm not able, my laptop is just hanging off, I think.
Yes, sir. Could you please repeat the instructions?
Just copy Alka's life manifesto from the same sheet, and can you
Okay.
convert that into a doc and share that doc? Just copy Alka's life manifesto.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for this. There's a slight delay because I think this is a larger file which I'm not able to paste in the chat.
Sir, do we also need to try this?
Yeah, that's why I'm giving you the exact prompts. So I hope you have used the first and the second prompt already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
I'm giving you the third prompt which you need to put up after that.
okay.
Disha, were you able to do that?
Hello.
Yeah, were you able
So
to?
I have pasted the link in the chat box. I request everyone to please click on that link, and it will lead you to a Word doc where I have pasted Alka's manifesto.
Yeah, so just maybe you can download that doc and attach that doc with the second prompt that I gave you.
Disha miss, if you can do it again, just paste the link again in the chat box. Yes, we've received. Thank you.
No, I didn't receive, please. I didn't receive, Dr. Kajal. Will you please send it to all?
Disha, you're not
Yes,
audible.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it. Please check.
Yes, now it
Yes.
is received.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Once you will click, it will lead you to a document. Just click on the link. So what's next? Once we click on the document, we could see the document is on. What to do next?
Yeah, so just use the prompt 2 and add the document. I have added prompt 3, which is after that.
Okay.
So in the prompt 3, write a little bit about yourself. There's a bracket. Use within that, write a little bit about yourself. All right. And then
I just want to know that we have to put it on the second thing where we have written what do we want from the chat GPT, or the which one we will have to add this link.
the link that you add is in
Prompts.
prompt 2. In
Yeah.
prompt 2.
Yeah.
Where
What do we want from chat
where you
GPT?
have written, okay, I am now going to paste a sample manifesto that I like from Alka Yadav. I want you to analyze this manifesto and explain what makes it effective. Here is the manifesto. When you are putting this prompt, I want you to attach the file that Disha has given you.
So that means this file we have to attach in the chat GPT where the personalized when we had
Personalized.
yeah,
Siddharth,
you
sir,
had
could you
showed us.
please show that
I
we
will,
can see your screen, right?
I will do that.
We
Yes.
have to add it and the second prompt, right, where you had given the previous
Right.
some
So
kind
this
of
was
information.
okay. Let me show this. This was the
Yes,
first
sir.
prompt that I gave out, and
Yes.
now I'm giving the second prompt, which is this. Okay, this is the second prompt. All right, sorry. Okay, so now it says, sure, go ahead and paste that for me. And I have now, so I'm pasting, since I have not downloaded that file, I'm pasting my manifesto. Okay. Otherwise, let me paste Alka's manifesto only. Just give me a second.
If we paste the link, that is okay, right?
No. You have to
No.
upload that file
Download. Okay.
and then paste that link. Okay. So you open that file, share this. I'm sharing Alka's tab now. So this is the manifesto that opened up for everybody, right?
Yes.
Now, once this opens up, you go to file on the left and download it, right? So here, as soon as this opens up, you go to file and you download this. You could, when you download, you could do a PDF download. Once you do the PDF download, you have this in your computer now, and I share the tab again. 1 second, my screen has stopped. Okay, so now when you open this up, there is this attach file, upload from computer, and you attach Alka Yadav's manifesto, and this one, this will upload, and you say go. Okay, once you say go, then it analyzes the manifesto. Okay, and it says, what are the good things in the manifesto, the tone, the key takeaways, and all of that. Now what you do is you use the third prompt that I gave you, which is now you use the third prompt that I gave you, which is here, and you say, you say, I am an educator to schools and very passionate to make learning fun. I enjoy reading and traveling. So it'll then give you a lot of questions. It'll link what you have put up to Alka's manifesto, and it'll give you a draft. Okay, and then you can further improve that using prompt 4. The fourth prompt that I gave you, you could further uh, I want you to now help me improve my manifesto. Don't change original language and text. You can only correct grammar. So you can, the fourth prompt now that I have given you, you could change that a little bit also, since, all of you haven't really worked on a full-fledged manifesto. So you could say that I want you to now help me improve my manifesto. Give me fresh ideas from so that I push my limits a little bit and get out of the comfort zone. Yeah, so it'll give you some ideas to work on your manifesto, and ask you a few questions, and by the end of it, you can I'll give you the last prompt, which is how you can I want you to now, so you can reorder the manifesto in the in the ways you want. So the last prompt here, I love them. please help me create my final manifesto using the ideas you shared. So it has now created my manifesto. And the last prompt that I give it is I want you to now reorder my manifesto to put related paragraph in the same section and mark the sections in creative ways. And I do that and I have my full-fledged manifesto, which is ready. So how many of you were able to make your manifesto or get at least a first draft of your manifesto? Maybe unmute and share any difficulties if you were able to make a first draft. If this got you thinking, AI helped you trigger a little bit of your human intelligence and said that, yes, boss, I need to get my manifesto now.
So Anjali ma'am has a question. She's asking, how do we save this manifesto?
Brilliant. Very good question. So when you go down, you will find this. Just click copy and you could paste it anywhere else. Did you see my screen? Did you see the copy button? Okay.
I saw the copy button, but I want to save it somewhere now. I want to paste it.
Yeah, so
Okay, I'll
open a
paste
doc,
it. Huh,
open a doc in a
all
different
right,
window
all right. Yeah.
and just paste it. All right. So quickly, we are going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute Q&A. Any questions? How exciting is this? Did you get some fresh ideas? Were you able to make something for yourself? Did this motivate you to push yourself a little bit higher? Okay, I am a teacher, so if people don't respond, I might cold call.
Yes, Mr. Siddharth, it's very interesting and
Okay.
very happy to see my manifestos. It's very creatively arranged.
All right, brilliant, brilliant. What stands out for you from your manifesto?
It has given me my purpose,
Okay.
inspiring a mathematical mindset. I'm a math teacher.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, how beautiful would that be if you are able to place a document like that right next to your place of work, right? Which would really inspire you on a day-to-day basis. Just a small glance of that would really inspire you to work towards it, right? So
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, now it has given me full all the text materials. How to include put the pictures, make it to beautify it.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Beautiful question. So now I'm going to take you to something called as, so I'm going to take you to two places. Okay. And the first one I'm going to take you to is called napkin.ai. Okay. Type napkin.ai. Disha, can you type that in the chat? Napkin.ai on your browser. Yeah.
I hope everyone can see that. It's NAPKIN, napkin.ai. I've put that in the chat box.
Now, the moment you copy this and we go to napkin.ai, you go to a new napkin.
So can you please share your screen?
Yes, I'm doing that. So we go to a new napkin, we take a blank napkin. And we paste this, okay? And we title this My Life Manifesto. All right. And you see this, the blue thing here, the spark. The moment you click that, it starts generating images. Okay. And it will generate some amazing images, and you can choose, right? You can choose. So transform education, I think I like this. Traditional model versus innovative model, I might, if I go deeper, I will get some different images here. And maybe I can go with this, okay? And then again, you go here. So yes. So you go here and then you can generate something else. And this tool will really allow you to, get your text to visuals. It will really make your text very, very interesting to read, and it'll bring your text to visual. So this looks like a very interesting lifelong learning, or maybe this cycle of lifelong learning and leadership sounds interesting to me. Let me go with this. The legacy architect. Yeah, you see the amazing words that AI has given us. These words, the power of the vocabulary is immense, and it the vocabulary has the power to inspire people. You see where am I going with this? Can you have some of you been able to pick up napkin.ai?
Can I share something?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So those who are using it for the first time, and I read one message that do we have to register? So if you have opened it for the first time, you just go on free napkin. Once you
Yes.
go there, then you can select using from Google, click on that, and then click the email ID which you are using right now. Click the email ID, and then you're good to go. Then it will ask that for what purpose you're using. Then you can use for presentation. I'm using for work, for my personal use, and you're ready to go. As Siddharth sir is already using, so he got the preface which was
Correct.
already registered. So there are 3 simple steps. I hope I'm
Yes,
clear.
yes, thank you, Dr. Kajal. I've gone through the steps and I'm able to make a new prompt. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, Kajal, ma'am.
Yeah. We are AI enthusiasts, so it's like we need a lot of trial and error. So over to Siddharth sir. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Kajal ma'am, for that. So I want you to try your hands at napkin a little bit, and then I'm going to show you one more quick tool which can allow you to bring your text to visuals.
Hope everyone is able to try their hands on napkin.ai. In case you have any questions, please unmute yourself, or maybe you can put it in the chat box. We are there to help you out.
Yes, yes, I got the output. This is amazing. Very nice.
Great, Ritu ma'am.
Hello. Hello, Disha. How to save it? How to save that visual?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. Siddharth, sir, you have shared your screen. Can you please show them?
Second. So here you have share. The moment you click here, you have download PDF and you also have copy link.
Yes.
Also, you can copy paste it.
Okay, we can copy paste it.
Yes, ma'am. You can copy paste it.
I have one very simple basic question that we are doing all this where in that napkin app, right? So now we will have to copy paste it into this manifesto in ChatGPT, isn't it?
You copy the manifesto from GPT and put there, and
Correct.
then the images get automated from there.
There, so there only we will have to create it. Then I don't have to again transfer it to ChatGPT with the image again.
I did not get your question.
So now I have actually copy pasted in ChatGPT whatever that manifesto that was created into
Right.
napkin.
हाँ, तो वहीं पे आपका इमेज जनरेट होगा और वहां
Correct.
से आपका फाइनल मैनिफेस्टो डाउनलोडेबल आप ले सकते हो.
Okay. Yeah.
जसं टाकायचं.
Shall I repeat the steps and you correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah, go ahead.
See, there were 3 prompts which we have to use it on the chat GPT in the personalized mode which you had shared, right? And then after those 3 prompts, we will get our curated manifesto, which we have to copy and we have to paste it on the new napkin, the app which you had shown. And then we have to click go for it. Then we can see the blue icon blinking. We have to clicking that blue icon and our illustrations will be ready. Are my steps correct?
Correct. So on the left, you will find the blue spark, and the moment you click on the blue spark, so here you see the blue spark, right? The moment you click on the blue spark, you will convert your text into images. So the moment you click here on the blue spark, you get multiple options here, okay? And you can slide down to see different options. And once you like something, okay, say you like this, and you can go to the arrow and you will get multiple adaptations of the same option. So you get multiple adaptations of that as well. So this is also, I was actually earlier, we were planning to show this to you through a water cycle lesson plan. But I felt that, the manifesto might be more interesting for everybody. And and the question came in. And so we went from the manifesto to this. But it becomes really engaging, and it gives children very good graphics if we give out notes to them and we add some graphics from there. So let me give you a quick example. Like we were actually wanting to show this to you. So this is a napkin on water cycle. So we had made a lesson plan on water cycle, and so here if you see the moment, so evaporation and condensation and all of that, and we get some really nice visuals which can get attached to our lesson plan. It really, and we can choose various options that we have. We can choose how would we like this to happen, the colors and all of that. And yeah, so here again, say simple ways to conserve water, and we want to put this into a graphic. So I hope you guys are getting the possibilities. These are just few examples that I'm currently showing, but it's up to all of us to creatively think and just imagine कि भाई क्या क्या इसमें possible है. There's unlimited possibilities here. Yeah. So I'll stop sharing. We'll take a quick break and let's discuss a few questions. Let's discuss a few possibilities uh, that are possible with AI, with ChatGPT that we have discussed till now. Some possibilities that comes to you with some things that we've done till now. Anybody, you could unmute and ask a question. Maybe if there's a raise hand feature, you could use that.
By
Or
using correct prompts, we can design an entire textbook. So yeah.
Actually, it helps us in any kind of plan. Any plan, you put the right prompt and it gives you variety of things. It suggests you so many things. So we've tried this a lot with our not only lesson plans, but we do a lot of activities at school. So it helps in brainstorming new ideas. Of course, we may not take up exactly what is there, but gives a new thought to whatever we've been doing in the past years. So it's an amazing thing, really.
So with the same prompts, do you get the same kind of material, or it is different for like every time?
every time it's different.
So
Every
everyone
time.
having same prompts, still the generation would be different.
Correct. So, see, while we do all of this, what's really important is we understand that this is AI and this will give us a draft, and we need to go through it and make some slight tweaks such that we get exactly what we want. And that is why the custom instructions that I gave in the beginning really helps. If your custom instructions are designed well, then you get that there's already a filter that what you are doing goes through, so you don't get random stuff. The custom instructions play a very very key role.
And
And
is there
something,
a, sorry,
yeah,
continue.
go ahead.
Is there a possibility of changing the image if I'm not happy with the curation?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. You could just go to the same Spark and
Keep,
regenerate.
okay.
So, sir, basically, that napkin also create works like Chat GPT.
Correct. It's a image
Ah,
diagrammatic image sort of a generation tool.
oh, okay, okay. Because now we have annual day around the corner. So we have so many, principal tells us to give ideas on the current theme. Like our theme for annual day is the Seven Sisters, a rainbow of cultural magnificence.
Mhm.
So we need to choose different songs and dance and visualization to be
Just
displayed.
just put that in Chat GPT and you will get enough
Correct,
ideas.
correct, sir.
So Anjali ma'am has a question. She says, in which other aspects of school can we use AI?
Brilliant. Very good question. You could use this, like, let me give you an example. So, the other day I was visiting one of my campuses in Varanasi, and it's a massive campus. There are 250 educators, a lot of admin people. And, the challenge that we said that we have a discipline policy in place. But what happens is every time a child does a misbehavior, there are 250 people educators, there are 100 200 odd other people who are, so the support staff and other people, and every time somebody responds to the situation in a different way. We have a policy in place, but every time somebody responds in a different way. So how do we solve for this? So, all 400, 500 people, if I show you the same image right now, all of us will be thinking differently. But with discipline, when you deal with discipline in a school, you need to be thinking alike. You have a policy and you need to be thinking exactly as per the policy. And that is why you have policies, right? So what we did is, we are not covering that right now in this session, because it is a little bit a higher concept, and I'll show that to you in the fag end of today's discussion, which the math GPT, like we said. So we made a discipline GPT. Once we made a discipline GPT, then what we said is, for any situation you get, ask a question to this discipline GPT, and the discipline GPT will tell you what to do. And then you can choose to do what you want to do, but you will at least know what is the right thing to do as per the policy. Because at that spur of a moment, you don't want to go back and, read the policy, right? But you might, again, this again is something that we are testing out. You might go to this GPT and say, this happened, what could I do? Right? And it might give you the exact same response that the principal of the school would give you, or it might give you the exact same response that I would give you as one of the directors of the school, right? So it is so powerful to align all school systems. It has the power to make every teacher, every person in the school think exactly like the way you want them to think, right? So it is really powerful, and I am just exploring a few concepts right now, but I'm sure there are so many more things that AI can help us do, such that it will make life easy, it will align our systems, and it will bring consistency and continuity. Because technology, that is what technology does. It brings consistency and continuity, which humans cannot do, because we are and that's the plight of being a human, that you are a slave of your emotions. The moment you come out of your vasanas, and the moment you come out of your six senses, you are automatically liberated. And I think with AI, that is where education is heading, that all of this becomes like a small chunk of our time, but our time actually goes in self-realization and things like that. I see education heading in that direction over the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, thank you. But you should say that we are dealing with children, and we are all humans, so that emotional aspect will remain. But let's
Absolutely.
say, yeah,
Absolutely. That's what I said, that is the biggest aspect, and that is what our schools will eventually work towards. Everything else will become a very small chunk of what we do in school.
yeah.
And
If that empathy factor is also incorporated in AI, then I'm just saying, I'm just thinking aloud.
it will eventually, it's learning from a collective intelligence that we all have, right? So empathy will automatically come in. It'll start thinking like humans as well, right? So that is the it's capturing every data point of every individual on this planet.
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah. Because although we have what you just spoke about, the discipline policy, although there is a discipline policy, we have to do a case to case, differentiation. We cannot just have everything under one discipline. Each child may have some emotional baggage, so we may have to deal with him or her differently. And the
Correct.
same mistake committed, same discipline issue, say just beating somebody else by
Even
another
that,
child.
even in your discipline policy, you could also have a differentiated approach, right? You could
Yeah,
also say that, okay, this is how I would deal when we have certain types of children. So you can have, even you could use GPT to have a much more comprehensive discipline policy.
yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm now going to quickly share how to get a lesson plan, right? So some prompts and how to get a really good lesson plan from this. Okay. share. Starting off a new thread. How does a good lesson plan look like? What are the characteristics of a good lesson plan? Okay, this is what GPT responds: clear objectives, engagement, lesson structure, assessment feedback, differentiation, time management, resources material, real world application, so on and so forth. All right. And all of us know what a good lesson plan should look like. And now I structure my prompt in, prompt structuring is the most important thing when you deal with AI. So my prompt now is structured into task: create a grade 6 unit lesson plan, lesson PDF attached. I will attach a lesson PDF. Disha, could you please share the link in the chat of the lesson PDF? Update your knowledge with Bloom's taxonomy at the link provided to you and create the lesson plan with minimum 5 outcomes. 3 session plans, each session plan of 35 minutes. Format: use the above information on what a good lesson plan looks like. An expectation: the lesson plan should be simple yet of qualitative standards. So I'm now waiting for the lesson PDF. I think Disha had shared with me. Just give me a moment. Okay, so we are using this lesson, which is in CBSE Villages, Towns, Trade. I'm downloading that from the exact textbook chapter, and I will upload that exact textbook chapter from my computer. All right, and I am also one second. So it also asks me to upload a Bloom's taxonomy document, and I will also, put that up. So this is a format: use the above information. Good. Okay. Update your knowledge on Bloom's taxonomy at the link provided. So here is the link. All right. And here you go. So it now gives me a clear learning outcome, session-wise session plan. It also, shares that exact pages from the PDF, from the exact textbook that I shared, right? And it will also, now the moment I say here, if there's some PPT or something that I want to make, it will also give me a PPT, right? Conclusion of the unit. Can you give me a PPT to use in class for these 3 sessions?
I have one small question, that we have to decide that it has to be 3 sessions for that unit, or ChatGPT itself can decide.
Well, I think that is the acumen of the teacher, wherein कि कितना आपको depth में पढ़ाना है, आपके पास कितने मतलब what is the time frame of your one class and all of that. So those inputs are critical, and you decide that.
Okay.
Okay, I think my screen stopped. Okay, so here is the presentation that it created, and I'm now downloading that presentation. So this is funny, huh? This is for the first time that I'm seeing this. that it actually created a presentation. It never has ever created a presentation for me before. It would give me a slide by slide text, which I would use to input in another tool. But today, for the first time, it has created a presentation and I'm able to download that presentation. I'm sharing that tab. It's a very, very raw file, but I see that, OpenAI is making updates, and it's a very, very raw file. So if I do this now, that I go to if I go to Gamma, Disha, could you put up the link for Gamma?
Yes, I'll do that.
So if I go to Gamma now and I do new from blank,
You can type on a new browser gamma.ai, GAMMA.ai.
Disha, Gamma dot. Okay, 1 second. I'm just pasting this.
I have done it.
C.
And the same format, those who are using it for the first time, when you go, you have to register,
Yes.
go with Google, and then select for what purpose you're using. You have to select for personal use. Are you an educator? So you have to put all the inputs, and then you will get the screen which we can see. Okay.
So I'm uploading what ChatGPT gave me to this. It might take a minute or so, and it'll give me a full-fledged presentation. Okay, I've asked for a presentation. I could have asked for a document or a website, and I say go, and it gives me a full-fledged presentation. Continue. Yeah, I select a theme from here. The moment I select a theme and I say generate. And my presentation will be ready in a minute. So you see how useful this is, how much time this saves for the teacher, and makes it so engaging as well.
We hope everyone was able to log in to gamma.ai. I didn't get the slides with picture.
Yes.
Slide question, I have downloaded that Gamma thing, but the point is that I have to, again, where it is asking describe what you want to create, I have to again paste the whole chapter there.
Yes. Everywhere
Correct.
you have to give the prompt. The text has to be pasted. So they convert the text to the presentation, the visuals.
Okay. So can I directly go here rather than using the ChatGPT?
Yes.
You use ChatGPT to get the context and the content, and then you go
All
there,
that
right?
info.
So you copy that there such that you have content for the slides to be made, because you want the slides in your content, right? You want the control there. What I want to show to.
I was just wondering whether Gamma can do that also, like AI tool was my question.
Yes, ma'am. So this was basically a thread where Siddharth sir created a lesson plan and he pasted the lesson plan text into Gamma, right? So we got the presentation of the lesson, right?
Yes.
But in case you have another topic, you can paste anything in that Gamma. Let's say, for example, if you want to create a presentation on some emergency plan of school, right? So you can paste the policy there, the text aspect, and it will give you the presentation.
Yeah. Got it.
So now I'm putting up, give me a song on this chapter. And I get a fun song. I'm going to copy that. Okay. And I go to this another tool, which is called suno.ai.
I've pasted that in the chat box for the audience.
And I go to create, I create a custom song. And I type
So we cannot see your screen of suno.ai.
Okay, sorry. So I've gone to suno.com. I have pasted the song from ChatGPT here. I enabled custom song here, and then I get this option to enable paste it here, and select the type of music, and I say villages and towns, and I create. And now this gives me a song that I can share for this lesson with my students. And we can actually create this in class of how students would want it, right? So they could actually choose the lyrics, they could choose the tempo of the song and all of that.
Now we can listen to it, right? Now?
Yes.
Let's do that.
You see on Sir's screen, it's generating the song right now.
So there also we can give instructions that we want it to be completed in 3 minutes. It should be only 3 stanzas, all that. In that
Yes.
suno.com or in ChatGPT.
So you pick up the song from ChatGPT and then you put it there. So your inputs can be accordingly. You actually put up the lyrics there. So when you're putting up the lyrics there, you can put up the lyrics accordingly. If you want it to be 3 stanzas or less than 3 minutes, you could do all of that there.
But in ChatGPT, right? Means all that we have to give it to Suno. Suno will only create the music for it.
Suno will create the music. Yeah. You put up the lyrics there and it will create the music. So so I'm again recapping a little bit. So currently I have given you one framework which is called task, requirement, format, and expectation. This is a framework of prompting GPT. This framework allows you to put the right prompt such that you get your requirement, you say what the task is, you get your requirement in the format that you want it, and as per your expectations. This is one format for prompting. All right. And I'm going to share with you another one, which is, which is called
So just a second. I think Lida ma'am, she has shared her creativity. She has made a song on trigonometry love, right, ma'am? And she has shared it in the chat box.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Siddharth.
Thank you, Lydia ma'am. It's great to see that it's working for everyone.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Let's listen to this.
Exactly. You can share the screen and
Yeah, let's listen to this. I'm sharing my screen. Trigonometry. Okay, so this is trigonometry love. Let's see.
In a triangle, oh so bright, angles and sides feeling right. Sine and cosine, they're my friends. With every function, the fun never ends. Trigonometry, oh can't you see? Finding angles makes me free. Pythagoras does the trick. Math's a game and it's so slick. Circles spinning round and round. Radians where joy is found. Tangents lead the way for me. Math is love eternally. Trigonometry, oh can't you see? Finding angles makes me free. Pythagoras does the trick. Math's a game and it's so slick.
So superb. Well done, Lydia ma'am. I think.
Thank you, Mr. Siddharth.
So just wanted to share a tip with everyone. So when we use the Suno.ai, you can paste the lyrics of the song as well as you can just give a prompt. Let's say if you want to make a song with two topics, let's say grammar, nouns, and maths fraction. So you can give a prompt like, give me a song for grade 3, integrating two topics, that is fractions and noun. It gives amazing songs. Like I've tried this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Disha. I'm now giving you another framework which is called ACDQ. So act like this. This is my context. I want you to deeply think and then you question, right? So this is another framework. And I will give you a sample prompt as well. Okay, so this is a sample prompt. Act as an expert educator specializing in student assessment. I want to create a worksheet for 7th grade students on environmental science, focusing on water conservation. This worksheet should assess both their theoretical understanding and their ability to apply knowledge to real world scenarios. Deeply think, consider how you can frame questions that challenge students to think critically and propose some questions that help students connect what they learn in the classroom and everyday practices of water conservation. Do you need any specific information about the class or curriculum to make this worksheet more aligned with the students' learning level? Right? So once you put up a prompt like this, it's very, very detailed, very, very structured, and you get really good results which are aligned to what you want. So you can struct what we are trying to do is give you some ways of prompting which will allow you to put the right prompts to chat GPT. Okay, so once you use maybe one or two of once you use this, I'm going to give you a moment to use the ACDQ, and maybe one of us could share their screen and show me how you are using it. Any volunteers to sharing their screen?
They have to use this on ChatGPT?
Yeah. All right.
It's simple, dear educators. You just have to copy and paste on your ChatGPT where you can see the create button.
Let me share my screen again, and I will. So you see here, it's giving us example questions. It is defining the level of the Bloom's taxonomy. It is also mentioning clear learning outcomes. So there's also an inquiry-based thinking question at the creating level of the Bloom's taxonomy. There's a question on data interpretation, scientifically, mathematically, socially, promoting a holistic understanding of the topic. Let me know if this aligns with your goals. Yes. Make this relevant for grade 4 students. And it will now give me for grade 4 students as well.
So I have again a question that how it decides grade 4, means grade 4 of what school or what
CBSE.
country, what, like how it decides that age, how?
It is basically AI has a understand. So grade 4 right now is a very generic prompt that I gave, and I think that's a very good question that you asked, ma'am. You could give very specific context here that give me this for grade 4 CBSE for a 10-year-old child, and it will give you exactly how for the Indian context. So the moment you give very clear instructions to the prompts, it will. I think that is something that you identified very well. जितना clear आप instruction दोगे, उतना आपको और clarity के साथ output मिलेगा.
Okay. Thank
You
you.
can even add the board as well, like CBSE, IGCSE, and all that.
That is why these frameworks, the ones that I've shared with you, ACDQ, or the other one which is called the task and the requirement and the format and the expectations, these framework really work well because they structure the prompt in the right manner and it allows GPT to really understand what you're looking for. And it sets the expectation clearly and rightly out there.
So these frameworks are created by you, or it is again created by through
So you
someone?
can you can actually create these frameworks from ChatGPT also. You could use you could tell AI that I am new to AI and help me generate high quality prompts. Or you could say that let me show you. So this is basically I just wanted to get you started. Okay, you are. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
In prompt generation, please help me generate better prompts that I can input to ChatGPT. What would you like to know from me? Generate high quality prompts such that the output fulfills my requirements. So it will now give me, or it will ask me, it's saying that, you know, context of use आप डालो, desired outcome format डालो, कुछ specific content knowledge है तो वो डालो, कितना detail में चाहिए, tone style, क्या target audience है, कुछ examples डालो, constraints limitations डालो, and उसके हिसाब से डालो. So once you answer these questions in one prompt and you give it, it will give you very, very structured outputs. Right? Keeping the above in mind, give me a prompt that I can feed to ChatGPT to get a lesson plan for grade 3 CBSE school in India that is teaching water cycle.
So Kimberly ma'am, she has already created a worksheet with the prompt and she has shared that in the chat. Thank you, Kimberly ma'am.
Thank you. These prompts are very, very helpful, and they really help you identify, get structured output. Create a detailed lesson plan for teaching the water cycle to third grade students in a CBSE school in India. The lesson plan should be designed for a 40-minute class, including the following elements. Now, once you use this as a full-fledged prompt, I'm opening a new thread. A thread is basically it allows GPT to know what you have done. So whenever you start off with a new thread if you want to do something. Now you see you have a very clearly structured lesson plan that you have received from GPT, and you have taken the prompts from GPT itself. Yeah, and while I've done this, I haven't given a lot of thought to the exact prompts that I have put up, right? So it's just that how you can think, and you have to talk to GPT like a normal person. Just ensure that you're being very precise and crisp thinking. So that's where thinking like an engineer works, because when you're thinking like an engineer, you're always thinking कि अच्छा मैं अगर बोल रहा हूँ कि black girl, okay, अगर black girl तो black girl बहुत सारे variants में हो सकती है, right? A black girl with short hair, a black girl with long hair, a black girl with boy cut hair. So how can we be more specific in the prompts that we put out? I think you will get amazing results once you start noticing the smaller details of what you need. That's the thinking that must be going in your brain कि मुझे क्या चाहिए, उसके smaller details में identify करूं और वो अपने prompt में उसको मुझे put up करना चाहिए.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, Kimberly ma'am has created one worksheet. Now, the same worksheet can be uploaded on napkin, and it can be beautiful. Like that way, I was just thinking of correlating.
Correct. So you can just copy that. That's exactly what I did with the manifesto, right? So just copy that and put it in napkin, and then you generate amazing images from that.
Brilliant.
And then we can put it in Suno and create a song.
Wow.
Good one.
That's exactly what we wanted to share with you.
Now I can actually see those antennas. They're up.
So I create today. I'm I am my friend's 50th birthday party, and I created a wonderful song for her, which I'll play during the party. It's going to be amazing. Thank you for this.
Brilliant.
Wonderful. Superb. Superb. So this is just the start that we've shared. We've really explored, over the last 6 months. We've really explored this. Not just me, my entire team has really put in a lot of effort and worked around with this and explored this. This is just the beginning, okay? But still, what I've shown you is that you have to really work with it. And I see that in our education context, what happens is we don't want to put in that because we are so tied up. We are so tied up that हमें लगता है कि यार ये भी बहुत difficult काम होगा. And every time the right prompting is the right approach, right? So maybe Kajal understands right prompting, but maybe if her team doesn't understand the right prompting, then again Kajal is needed every time, and every time something comes out, then Kajal has to fix it up with the right prompting. So that was the next challenge that we started facing. Okay, and then what we started doing was we started building on something called as GPTs. Okay, we started building GPTs, and that allowed us to really get people thinking in our organization the same way, or prompting in our organization the same way we would prompt. Okay, and I'm going to quickly, I think we have about 5-10 minutes. Maybe we're overshooting also a little bit.
Just one query. Sapna ma'am from Dubai Scholars School, she's there with us. She's asking that how can we use for administration purpose, being a school, principals are managers, so how we can
Yes.
use it for that purpose.
Brilliant. So how you can use it for that purpose, let me give you another prompt, which, so I'm not going to demo this, but I'll just put this in the chat, and this will allow you to think how you can use it for administrative purposes, right? So something as simple as this would allow you, to get you multiple ideas of how you can use it for administrative purposes. Okay, and what I'm now going to show you is,
And we
is
have to follow the same process which we did for manifesto. Just a reminder.
Yes,
correct?
exactly the same process. So what I have done right now is, let me share my screen.
Can we also create timetable and those kind of things?
Yeah, we have a timetable maker, ma'am.
In
AI
ChatGPT, I'm asking, because that is we generally have. So in ChatGPT, if we give right prompts, we should be able to, right?
Yes, that's exactly where we are working right now. And so our plan is to solve for that before the coming year, so that it's a tricky challenge because the context is very unique in every school. There are multiple permutation combinations, but I think currently we've already gotten timetable for about 65% efficacy. But it still requires more prompting and more structured prompting, which we are currently working. But yes, that is exactly the challenge that we are solving right now. So great, you're thinking in the right direction, and that's exactly the way you should be thinking with AI. Ki how can this solve our problems?
Even substitution also is another huge
The
problem.
moment you get timetable, you will get substitution immediately.
Yes.
Timetable is the larger chunk. Substitution is the easier chunk.
Yeah.
Permutation combination.
But again, if you have to give effective substitution depending on grade, like who is absent today and who would be the perfect person to go in that class, that also that decision making could happen through.
Yes. Yes.
It has
So
to be
what I have
related.
done, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So what I have done now is this entire conversation that that we were doing. I am Siddharth Rajgarhia, and I was taking this class. Okay. So now what this does is I have uploaded the transcript of our, I've uploaded the transcript of this call. Okay. And this GPT has now given me feedback as a master trainer. That Siddharth, what were some of your areas where you did well? What were some of your areas where you can do better? And this allows a teacher to engagement with participants. You demonstrated excellent engagement with your audience, particularly by posing reflective questions, encouraging them to think. Your effective use of AI as an interactive tool in the session stood out. Clarity of instructions, more differentiated instructions. So I could have, because people are from different spaces in chat GPT, balance between instruction and interaction. So there were extended periods of instruction without participant interaction. So that's a feedback for me where I need to work on that. I have to involve people more, people better. More real life applications could be discussed, and time management for deeper explorations. So these are some feedbacks that GPT gave me to improve on my sessions.
But
So
then it has caught your voice, or like how it knows that what you are speaking and all that.
So whatever, so I attached the transcript of this meeting, right? So what I did, let me quickly show you, is I use a tool called Tacit. Tacit helps me transcribe my meetings. Okay. The moment I transcribe my meetings, I export this to a text file. The text file gets downloaded. And then I go back to my GPT. I go back to my GPT and I say I attach my text file, which is the transcript of the call. Okay. And I say I was the teacher. I am Siddharth Rajgarhia. Give me feedback.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So now I get very clear feedback from GPT. And we've created a teacher feedback GPT. If you see this here, okay, this is done as per, if you see this, it says this aligns with NEP 2020's focus. So this aligns with the NCF school education framework. Okay. This aligns with the professional standards for teachers, national professional standard for teachers. Okay. And we have fed some frameworks that we use in our organization to build this GPT such that the feedback it gives is within that boundaries. Okay. And that becomes very, very powerful. That becomes very, very powerful because anybody else, and that's how we built the grade 10th maths GPT that was shared. Disha, could you share the grade 10th maths GPT in the chat, so that if anybody did not have access to that, they will use it.
This is tactic, you said, right? TACTIQ.
Correct. So there are multiple. This is just one of. This is not the best tool to transcribe. There are other tools which are better tools. If you do Google Meet transcribes automatically. Even Zoom transcribes. AI Companion also transcribes. So there are multiple tools today that transcribe. Yeah, so I hope this was helpful. I'll also share all the prompts that we have given you. We will share that on a doc for you, which you can refer. Okay, so if you haven't been able to, copy it or something, we'll share all of that typed on a doc with you so that you could refer, you could use with your team. Disha, can you share that doc in the chat as well in view mode so that just make sure that the doc is clearly formatted, and then you could share it in the chat in the next 5 minutes.
Yes, right now I've shared the demo of the Math GPT as well as the link for the GPT in the chat box.
Thank you. So you can just try your hand. Once you click on this, you go directly to the Math GPT, and you can generate your pre-board question papers or anything directly from here. Okay. So what we are also doing is we are working with multiple schools right now to build unique GPTs for them, specific to their needs. That is also something that we are doing, and that requires a little bit of a longer time. It requires about 6 hours, 7 hours of time so that we are able to train you in that process. But something like this really smoothens and aligns the entire organization together.
So you also do it for schools, like as customized kind of an help you give?
So see, what we do, see, we are not people. If you ask me, so I've learned all of this tech over the last 1 year, right?
Right.
And my entire role, understanding is that I want to share this as much as possible. And while I share, so what we look to do is we look to empower school. So we will help you
Correct.
develop 2 of these GPTs, और उसके बाद आप अपने पूरे, आपको 100 GPT डेवलप करने हैं, आप 100 कर पाओगे.
Correct. Absolutely.
We will train your, we'll do capacity building for you कि भाई आप अपने GPT कैसे बना सकते हो.
So that you do for customize for a school is what I'm saying with our needs.
Correct. That's what we do. Yes.
Great.
But that's while I say that, Ashwini ma'am, that's not what our core work is at Equanimity.
I know. You told yesterday. I was just asking for them.
When we started out Equanimity, okay, our core work was to work with school heads.
Yes.
In the intersection of education and spirituality. I am a core Vipassana practitioner, and I also I have a wonderful coach called Dr. Shri Kumar Rao. He's been working with me for the last 2.5 years, and he's really helped me transform my thinking.
Oh, wow.
As an educator, and that is something that we at Equanimity, and that's why we named this company Equanimity, because that is something that we want to take to the entire country, that how should a school leader be thinking, right?
Correct.
That is something that we are working directly. Like right now I'm working with Dreamtime Learning, which is Leena's company. I'm working with one of her school principals, and coaching her school principal to of how to be thinking as a school principal, right? How to be thinking as a school leader. That becomes very powerful. AI is something which Disha said that, Siddharth, we are starting this, and AI is the new fad. हम इतना काम कर रहे हैं AI में. Why don't we help people do AI? And I said, chalo, let's try. Let's give this a shot. So this is all Disha's creativity and all her initiative to be leading this. But yeah, this is not what we do.
Both the things can go hand in hand, maybe. As we say that with AI, whatever time that is free for the teachers and the principals, that they should work on this, building their capacity.
Let me give you a quick glimpse. Okay, our entire philosophy of leadership is actually based on a concept called constant gentle pressure. Disha, if you can share that reading with everybody, it's about a salt and pepper shaker. And it's a beautiful read. I see some of you are amazing leaders here, and it will immensely benefit you if you go through that.
So I'll be sharing a Google form link, which would be a feedback kind of a thing. So we will have their emails, and I'll share everything.
Sure.
Emails.
Done. So let me give you a quick glimpse of what is some possibilities as administrators when so what I understand is when we stand in front of the mirror, okay, if the mirror tells me that Siddharth, you're going fatter, and you will automatically say, okay, let me eat lesser a little bit or let me exercise. But if I'm standing in front of the mirror and a third person tells me, Siddharth, you're going fatter, I will say, यार पहले तू अपने आप को देख फिर मेरे को बताना. Correct? So
Absolutely.
so that is how data has to be used in a school system. So data has to be used like a mirror in the school system. Okay, and that becomes really powerful for constant gentle pressure on any school system. So we help schools build data understanding, and using data understanding, using AI, we develop a sort of leadership. Let me give you a very quick glance at one data point that we capture. Okay, so our entire group does a lot of teacher observations. Okay, and we capture all teacher observations on a dashboard. Now that dashboard allows us to understand a lot of data point for teachers specifically, for campuses specifically. Okay, let me give you a quick glimpse. So this is a data point where I see that, okay, these are my observers. They have done so many observations in a month. These are my people who have been observed. These are the subjects where observations have happened. You know, this is a great data point. Then, I see the learning environment is joyful, and I see data based on that. Okay. And I'm able to see that, yes, it is mostly joyful. I'm able to also filter down, right? 45 instances, they say that only at some occasions. So I'm able to actually filter down and see कि ये जो right में नाम आ रहे हैं, इनके learning environments में ऐसा challenges है. So now this teacher who is on top, where there are 3 observations of that teacher, and it's saying that the learning environment is not so joyful. Okay, that's such a powerful data point for me as an educator to really work on, right? So now we use all of this data and feed that into AI and say that what should be our course of action? How can I help these teachers? Right? So it's very, very powerful once a school starts working on data, and once a school, uh, I've so over the last 5 years I've been understanding कि भाई कौन सी कंपनी है जो मुझे ये काम करा सकती है, कैसे पॉसिबल है. Matlab, we worked with multiple companies, but finally we had to figure it out on our own. Last 2 years was very, very challenging, but finally we've been able to, really figure this out, and it's very, very powerful, very powerful.
So the prompt for the observations you must have created, right, to get this data, right?
No. So that is not AI. That is data. So that part of it, that's why I said AI is like just 2% of the work that we are doing. That is a completely different thing, which is data analytics.
Yeah. No,
Great.
but to capture the data also you could create the way you want to capture the data, right? For getting
So
this
we'll
kind of
continue. I think we are deviating a little bit, Ashwini ma'am. We'll continue this conversation. Maybe you could stay back and we can continue this.
I'll call you. No worries.
Yes. So thank you everybody for joining in. I hope that was useful, gave you some sparks, and quickly I'm going to ask you. Yeah. So I think that's a form that has some questions as well.
So can I intervene for a second?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So I've pasted a Google form link in the chat box. So I request everyone to please fill it. Hardly there are 2 questions in it. So we'll have your emails recorded as well as phone numbers, and we can give you the complete download of today's learnings in the form of PDFs and maybe some tips and tricks and links through the email. So kindly fill that form.
And Disha, while everybody's filling that, why don't you share the video of a leadership program that we did at DPS Nashik?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Just a second.
I think
And
Ritu.
meanwhile, I'm also pasting the WhatsApp group link, as many of you have shared a request. We run a community for educators. In that community, we already have 500 teachers. That group is exclusively for teachers. I'm pasting, and it's safe to be there. You will get regular updates about our upcoming online webinars and offline sessions. So we will be doing it. Okay.
So while you're filling up the form, if you can also fill up, one thing that stood out for you, one thing that you will work on immediately after this in the chat, that will be interesting to read. Thank you, Dr. Kanchan. Thank you, Ritu ma'am. How can we use to make good question papers? Yes. So similar. So you could use the same framework, and the task, requirement, format, expectation. That framework would allow you to make very good question papers. And in case any of you would like us to help you develop a GPT for that, like the maths GPT, please reach out to Disha, and she will definitely help you work on that. Thank you, Dubai scholars, for joining. I see that Kajal was sharing that about 5 to 6 people are there. I am in Dubai in November. I am in Dubai in the first week of November and would love to visit the school if that's a possibility.
Sapna Miss has already shared a request that I wish to meet Mrs. Siddharth. So you can catch up then, as you're already heading to Dubai.
Yes. Please help me make my itinerary for Dubai. See, this is all orchestrated. Who knew that today somebody from Dubai will join in? Brilliant, lovely. Thank you, Lydia ma'am. You talked about exploring napkin.ai and Suno. Okay, both of them are brilliant tools.
Thank you, Mr. Siddharth.
Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good Sunday.
You too, you too.
Can we wrap up, sir?
Yeah, Disha, are you playing that video? Go ahead, play that video.
I had played. Was it not visible?
Oh, no, wasn't.
Just a second. I'll do that.
Yeah, we did not see it.
Okay, one sec.
It's a beautiful video. It was we do something called as a leadership retreat. Okay. The leadership retreat helps align the entire school system together and brings in the vision to reality. So the day started with a heritage walk in the city of Nasik. And we did a 2-hour heritage walk in the morning in the old lanes of the city, and then we connected all of that into what we do in school. right? So how does our heritage inspire us to become better educators? How does our heritage connect with what we are doing? Whether we should connect what we are doing in school today to what the city means or not, really contextualizing education, asking those deeper questions. It's really, really impactful.
Can you see it?
No, no.
No, somehow.
Can you send me the link and I will play?
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay.
Can you play it?
Yeah, I'll play it again. Yeah.
Why can I not
Right, you
see?
can see, ma'am?
Disha,
Yeah.
I think you need to only, we can say, see it in a small frame.
Actually, Siddharth sir, you have to stop sharing your screen. Then
Yeah.
Disha will
Got
be
it,
able
got
to,
it, got it, got
yeah,
it, got it.
because at a time we can share only one screen.
Yeah.
I do not use Zoom, so sorry for
Yeah,
that.
that's okay. That's okay.
Now I think everyone can
Yes,
see.
yes. Now we will be able to see. Though it is taking time, but we can see the black screen at least.
Disha, I think she's playing.
Yeah.
So I've already played.
No,
No.
can't.
Okay.
Maybe
Can
I'll
you
share that on the email then.
Can you
Okay.
share the link or video with me? I'll try from my side.
Yes, ma'am. Just doing
Yeah.
it. Just a second.
Until then, all the educators have shared the WhatsApp group link. Feel free to join the community to get all the updates.
And
We have,
apologies for some of the hiccups that might have happened in between. Like I said, I was doing this for the first time. So, and thank you for being a patient audience.
Rajan, ma'am, I've sent you the link.
yeah.
It's
So there,
absolutely amazing.
so we
Disha,
always say there is always a first time, and that shows that work is in progress, right? So Disha, you can stop sharing your screen. I'll start my, like you've shared on my WhatsApp,
Right.
right? And it's a YouTube link.
Yes, ma'am.
I can see that's a YouTube link. So I will go on my WhatsApp and we will paste this YouTube link as well so that they can view it later. Just a minute. I can see that. So share screen. Yes, it will happen. I'm confident. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
We can see that.
Yes, yes, yes.
the audio isn't there. The
Yeah.
audio isn't there though.
Audio?
No, can't see the audio.
Okay, I'll just check once again. One last time.
Now you can play it, I think, Sheetal. It may come.
Yeah, got it.
So I'll talk about it. So we started with a heritage walk, and then we brought all of that learning into our discussions, and using that, so this was a GPT, and then there's a framework that we use for ideation. So we used that framework, and this was a reflection at the end of the day. That is Shilpa ma'am. I think she had joined. She might be there today. So the const
Yes.
the
So can
idea.
I talk about it?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, as a participant, I think that was a wonderful journey we had. The heritage walk in Nasik, there were so many things we never knew about what's happening. And then actually connecting it to what we are doing in school, that was wonderful learning experience for the entire team. And that's still into, so whatever the goals we set or we identified, during this session has really helped us get insights on how we are going to work further in development of the school.
So a workshop like this really sets the tone for the entire year, and comes out with insights for the entire year, that okay, this is how the school is going to function for the next year, and it's very, very powerful. Thank you, Shilpa ma'am, for sharing that.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
so should we end, Kajal?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Ashwini ma'am, if you're there, if you have any questions, we could connect over the phone. Is that okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll do that.
All right.
I will
Thank you.
connect with you.
Thank you, everyone, for being with us.
Bye.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much for joining, spending your precious time on a bright Sunday morning. I hope we did justice. And as Siddharth rightly said, we will promise to over deliver. So you will get your certificate very soon. Have a beautiful Sunday ahead. Thank you, Ms. Disha, for being a fabulous co-assistant. Brilliant. You were dynamic, and all your prompts you had on your fingertips.
Thank you, Kajal ma'am. Just to share one thing to all the principals and the senior faculties who are here. So this was just a glimpse that we saw, how ChatGPT and AI can help us with our school operations, policy making, and all this stuff. With Siddharth, sir, we are doing a lot, many things. And yes, if we can help you out, we are there. Please reach out to us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kajal ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.